Alright, here we go. Geoff plays a swamp on his first turn, and then it goes back over to me. I then look at my hand and decide to play in a plains, and then turn it back over to Geoff. Geoff comments and says, well, there's no Doomed Traveler, I guess, and he taps 2 and he puts down a Blood-Crazed Neonate. Or Neonate, however you want to say it. It goes back over to my turn. I put down a swamp, and then I tap the swamp and play a Typhoid Rat who has Death Touch to try and slow Geoff down a little. Do not want that Blood Crazed getting really big, and she's forced to attack every turn. Unfortunately, he taps 2 and has an Incinerate to get rid of my Typhoid Rats. And then Neonate hits me for 2 and goes up a counter, brings me down to 18 life. I put down a second swamp, tap 3 and play Timely Reinforcements for 3 1/1s and 6 life, which puts me up to 23? No, 24, that's right. My math is great, eh? Anyways, so yeah, I go up to 24 life and put down 3 soldiers. I fish out my soldier tokens and I send it back over to Geoff's turn. Geoff taps 2 and plays a Curse of Stalked Prey. Really puts me on the defensive. So I block with 2 soldiers and lose 2. Geoff loses his Blood Crazed. My turn, I play a fourth land source, a 3rd swamp, and look at my hand. I decide to tap 2 and play a Intangible Virtue to make a 2/2 soldier. Bring him down to 18. And he's vigilant, so I don't need to tap him. Geoff puts down a 3rd land, a 2nd mountain, and plays Disentomb to pick up the Neonate. He puts down the Neonate for 2 red. I play a 5th land, a 4th swamp. I'll tap 2 the Bonds of Fate, the Neonate, and I'll attack for 2. Forgot about Vigilance again, so I tapped him and then untapped him again. He plays a Tormented Soul for 1 swamp, which really it makes Bloodthirst very, very possible with that deck. I play an Isolated Chapel, I tap 6 and play the Grave Titan, and I throw down 2 zombie tokens, which are both actually 3/3s with Vigilance at the moment. I forget about Vigilance once again. For some reason I just cannot remember not to tap. He kills a zombie using a Volt Charge, which he can't proliferate with at the moment. He hits me for 1 with the Tormented Soul to bring me down to 23. Curse of Stalked Prey gives the soul a +1/+1, and then I'll tap 4 and play Hero of Bladehold, just to really seal the deal, probably. Swing with a 3/3 zombie, a 2/2 soldier, and a 6/6 Grave Titan. And he's got 3 life left. And I put down 2 zombie tokens. Kills another zombie with a Volt Charge, proliferates on his Tormented Soul, and swings for 3. And puts me down to 20 health, 20 life. And that's it for that game. Here we go, into the second game. We both adjust our life totals back up to 20. We shuffled it up, and it's time to start. On Geoff's turn, he begins by tapping a mountain and playing a Stromkirk Noble. Best start that deck can have by far. My deck needs to respond. I play a swamp, I put a Typhoid Rats out, and it's Geoff's turn again. The Typhoid Rat stops the Stromkirk because it has Death Touch, and it will just kill it straight off. Geoff, on his turn, plays a Curse of Stalked Prey and turns it back over to me, I believe, because I don't think he's going to want to attack with his Stromkirk. I play a Plains, and looking through my hand, I decide I tap a Plains and play a Doomed Traveler. And now I do the worst misplay I can and tap the Typhoid Rats to attack for 1. Unfortunately, I forget that Doomed Traveler is a human and cannot block the Stromkirk Noble, so I'm screwed basically. He gets to attack with Stromkirk and get 2 counters because he gets 1 himself for hitting, and he also gets 1 from Curse of Stalked Prey. And then if that wasn't enough, he taps 3 and puts a Rakish Arrow down and gets 3 counters right off the bat. 1 from Curse, 1 from himself, and 1 from Rakish Air because he's a vampire. Not a great start, if I can say so myself. So he hits me for 1, and his Stromkirk gets really, really big at a 4/4. After hitting once, turns into a 4/4. I put down a third Mana Source, a second swamp, and I untap my Typhoid Rats. Should have done that before I played my land, but I usually put those down in reverse order because I'm not that smart. I attack with Doom Traveler, hoping that he'll get killed. And I'll leave Typhoid Rats untapped because I need to be able to block with him if I need to. So Rakashare destroys the Doom Traveler and gives me a 1/1 flyer, the Spirit. He taps 3, Grim Afflictions, the Typhoid Rats, which really messes me up. He attacks for 7, and I, in response, destroy the I destroy the Stromkirk Noble with a Doom Blade, and then his Rakashare will actually hit and get 2 counters. I tap 3, I play Timely Reinforcements. Oh. Unfortunately, we have the same amount of men on the field, which means I don't get my 3 1/1s. But it puts me up to 23 life, which is nice. And then I misplay by hitting him for 1, when I really should have left my Spirit to block next turn. This is pretty much a game full of misplays, and I'm wondering if maybe it was because I was tired again. Don't want to blame it on anything, but there are a lot of misplays here. So he brings me down to 19 points, and then turns into a 6/6 Rakashare. He then puts Outcast down, who also get counters because they were bloodthirsted, so he now has a 4/4 lifelink on the field as well. And then I'll respond on my turn by tapping 3 and playing another Timely Reinforcements. Puts me up to 25 life again. And then I'll put down 3 soldier tokens, all at 1/1. He taps 1, destroys my Spirit with a Shock. I block the Rakashare, and I block the Vampire Outcasts. Both chump blocks. I lose 2 soldier tokens, which should not be in my graveyard. But again, I think I'm playing tired. I think that's what's going on here. He lifelinks and gets 4 health. Bonds of Faith, the Vampire Outcast, knowing that at least I can chump the Rakashare and nothing happens for Geoff. But if I Bonds of Faith the Rakashare and the Vampire Outcast kept swinging, he would just keep gaining life. Geoff's turn, he plays a Tormented Soul and swings with the Rakashare, and I've got a chump block with my soldier. So now I'm open, and he's got lots of stuff. I tap 2 for an Intangible Virtue, which really isn't helping me right now at all. Aware that I'm going to be taking some big hits, and Geoff's creatures get some big counters. Just for your information, Rakashare is now an 8/8. Tormented Soul is now a 2/2. He plays another Rakashare just to make things even more disgusting. Land drops really hurts you in this game, you gotta remember that. I go down to 6 life, and I look at my hand. I tap 4, play Hero of Bladehold, knowing that it's far too late for that to do anything, and that's game. I scoop it up, and we move on to a 3rd game. Except we don't this week. We don't go into the 3rd game, and this is why. For some reason, the last video got corrupted, unfortunately, so I'm sorry for that, but I will let you in on what happened in the 3rd game. The Vampires kept up their momentum, and they ended up taking the 3rd game and winning the set. So there you are. If you'd like to see a deck list of either of the decks, look in the description for those. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like or comment. It really helps us out. Really appreciate it. And I like talking to you guys, so leave a comment. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Put up new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and on the weekend. Sometime on the weekend. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, and roll for choice, you. Bye.